Ahlul Bayt have told us avoid, tawqit. So we should not fix the time, and therefore we should not also fix any event or individual which has timing. So to say that, for example, this marja or this alim or this leader is going to, for example, prepare for Imam Mahdi, we avoid that. So what tonight I wanted to share with you is some of the characteristics of the helpers of Imam Mahdi, so that we work on them individually and as a community. If we can make sure that no child of Adam, no human being would suffer from injustice in the world. No one is neglected, let alone taken advantage of. This is our greatest achievement. And this world would not end unless this is achieved. We can make it earlier, or we can let it be delayed. But this is going to happen, and Allah is not going to impose on any generation that you must do it. Allah wants us to do it ourselves, but He is patient. If we are determined, we can do it.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Or in one hadith says, "Ulaika hum khiyarul ummah." They are the best of the Muslim ummah. So this is one group, 313. There are also some people who are called Abdaal. And according to some ulama, 30 or 60, these are the people who are in all generations with Imam. And if one of them dies, he's replaced with another one. They are different from these 313. There is another group that, according to some hadiths, there are about 10,000 or 12,000 in some hadiths, that these are like second circle. So the first circle is 313, then about 10,000 or 12,000. These are also people that right from the beginning they are going to join Imam alayhi salam. And then the third would be public, general public, which will increase gradually. But the first two groups are going to be with Imam from the very beginning, and without them Imam would not start. So we should work hard to be 300, one of those 330, if not one of those 10,000 at least. Okay, we shouldn't take any risk and say, okay, we will join later. Their main tasks are of those 313 are as follows. One is they are going to help with defense and resistance against the oppressors and the unjust and the tyrant governments. Because sometimes I think there is exaggeration and people think most of the things is going to be through war, even if it is defense. But I don't think that's the case. I think, like Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that his mission was mostly a mission of words, teaching, wisdom, and akhlaq. But sometimes word was imposed. But Rasulullah was not sent by Allah as a fighter. Allah sent Rasulullah as shahidan. Inna arsalnaka shahidan wa mubashiran wa nadhiran wa da'iyan ila Allah bi'idhnihi wa sirajan munira. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. But the other side was not happy to accept and lose their own privileges, so they tried to impose war. First they were just torturing, killing, but when the number increased, then they had to fight. Here also is not that the main success comes from war. The main success comes from the logic, from the strength of the message, and I think also from the good followers that Imam is going to show. I mentioned once before that Imam is able to show, look at the community that I have, look at the people who are with me. These are the people who have established justice among themselves and with others, and now we want to invite you to be part of it. So this is another discussion. We don't want to discuss about it now, but I'm just saying that when I say one of the tasks is that they need to be able to defend and to go through some battles and succeed, this doesn't mean that this is the main thing, but it's part of it, and we cannot deny that it's not going to be sorted out everything, peacefully, because the other side is not going to be accepting. The second thing which is very important is that these are the people who are equipped with very great level of knowledge and understanding, and they help Imam alayhi salam with removing misunderstanding and superstitious ideas that exist even maybe among believers, even among Muslims. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says that when Imam Mahdi starts his mission, he would be annoyed by people more than Rasulullah was annoyed in the time of Jahiliyyah. Okay, Rasulullah was annoyed a lot by some pagans. Even they were, beating him. Even they were, throwing, rubbish on him. They used to try different things. Many times Rasulullah went back home while he was injured. But Imam Sadiq says Imam Mahdi's case is even more difficult. The narrator says, how this is possible? That was the time of Jahiliyyah, they were idol worshippers. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, when Rasulullah started his call, his mission, people were worshipping stones, wood, and things like that. But when Imam Mahdi starts his mission, people are going to bring for him Qur'an and references, because they say, we know better than you Islam, we know better than you Qur'an, we know Sunnah better than you. So Rasulullah basically had to deal with the people who were ignorant, but they didn't claim we are knowledgeable. Imam Zaman is going to deal with the people who are ignorant, but they think they know a lot. Maybe many of them have their own schools, houses, colleges, publications, followers. It would be more difficult for Imam Mahdi. The other task is establishing justice and developing different parts of the world. It's very interesting that in our hadith, the end is not establishing justice. Establishing justice is a middle position. After that, lots of other work have to be done. For example, in a hadith it says, when Imam Mahdi uprises, بَعَثَ فِي أَقَالِيمِ الْأَرْضِ فِي كُلِّ إِقْلِيمٍ رَجُلًا. He would send to all different corners of the world people. ثُمَّ يَقُولُ لَهُ أَحْدُكَ فِي كَفِّكَ. Your instructions are in your palm. Whether it is an equipment that they are going to be having, or they can see on their own, literal palm. فَإِذَا وَرَدَ عَلَيْكَ مَا لَا تَفْهَمُهُ وَلَا تَعْرِفُ الْقَضَاءَ فِيهِ. If something comes, something happens that you don't know what to do, what is Islamic position, فَانْظُرْ إِلَى كَفِّكَ وَعْمَلْ بِمَا فِيهَا. Look at your palm and act accordingly. So, they have deep knowledge, but they have also connection with the headquarters. It's not that they are not supported. So if there is something that they need further guidance or permission, then they receive it. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, يُفَرِّقُ الْمَهْدِي أَصْحَابَهُ فِي جَمِيعِ الْبُلْدَانِ. Imam Mahdi will divide and send his companions to all different parts of the world. وَيَأْمُرُهُمْ بِالْعَدْلِ وَالْإِحْسَانِ. and says that you have to establish justice and benevolence. Quran says, إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَأْمُرُ بِالْعَدْلِ وَالْإِحْسَانِ وَإِيتَاءِ ذِي الْقُرْبَى. So in social life, the bottom line in Islam is adl, justice, but we have to also build upon this ihsan, benevolence. You cannot just say, I have given the rights, I have observed the rights. No, you have to give also away part of your rights in order to show kindness to people. So Imam Mahdi sent his companions to all different places in the world and asked them that you must make sure that you do whatever is needed for establishing justice and benevolence. وَيَجْعَلُهُمْ حُكَّامًا فِي الْأَقَالِيمِ. And they are going to be hakim. Hakim either meaning judge or ruler, because it can be judge, it can be governor. وَيَأْمُرُهُمْ بِعُمْرَانِ الْمُدُنِ. Imam says you have also to develop cities. If they have problem with their infrastructures, if they have problem, I don't know, with roads, with bridge, with housing, with hospital, with water, this is also part of your task. For all over the world, not for only Muslim part of the world or Shia part of the world. Arab, all over the world. Then we have some description about their physical appearances and also about their spiritual. For us, the spiritual side is very important, but I refer briefly to some of their even physical appearance. For example, when it comes to their clothes, to their appearance, they are very similar. To the extent that hadith says, الزِّيُّ واحد والقد واحد والجمال واحد واللباس واحد. They come from different parts of the world. They may have different ethnicity, different, color. But as much as possible, you see that they are very much in a kind of conformity with each other. And also, most of them are young. Ashabul qa'im shababun la kuhula fihim illa mithla al-kuhl fil ayn wal milh fil zar. The companions of Mahdi are young. Of course, when we say young, it means before 40. So up to 40 is considered as young. There are not many old people among them, except like salt in food. And they are very also strong. They are very, physically very fit and very strong, to the extent that it says each of them has like power of 40 men. This is very important for us, that we look after our physical health also and be a strong people. In the hadith, Imam Baqir alayhi salam says, "Ala humul mu'minuna haqqa." They are true believers. All the characteristics of mu'minin that we have in the Qur'an apply to them. Imam Askari alayhi salam says that the companions of Imam Mahdi are those who enjoy first taharatul wilada. They belong to pure families. They are children of pious parents, and their hearts are pure from dishonesty, from hypocrisy. And they don't also have impurity of shiqaq. Shiqaq means division. They are not people who divide. They are not people who enjoy boycotting others or attacking, marginalizing others. This is also something that we have to work on. If you want to be qualified for being with Imam Mahdi, we need to be voices of unity. We cannot, be voices for separation. We cannot, be too harsh, too critical, and then you divide. And when it comes to their ma'rifah, Imam Sadiq says that the people who give bay'ah to Imam Mahdi are al-arifuna billah. Arif is the one who has intimate ma'rifah, who has very direct and close understanding of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if we want to be, inshallah, helpers for Imam Mahdi, we need to strengthen our aqidah. The minimum is to study aqaid, to discuss aqaid, to read books on aqaid. But this is not enough. We have to master aqaid so that you can become arif. And at the same time, it needs, of course, working on our heart, on our sincerity and purification, etc. There are even things that may indicate some of the companions of Imam Mahdi have some spiritual power. It's not 100% clear that they have a spiritual power, or they are being helped, but maybe they have a spiritual power. For example, what we have is that they can move very quickly towards Imam Mahdi Ajalallah Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif. For example, in one night that Imam is going to start, hadiths from all different parts of the world, these people, maybe they are sleeping on the roof of their home, they will all join him in Mecca. Either they have what we call tayyul arz, they have ability to move fast, or maybe Imam is going to help them with this. But it's possible that if they are that good, if they are arif, if they are sincere, if they are pure, this is very possible. Qur'an says in the story of Prophet Sulaiman, قال الذي عنده علم من الكتاب أنا آتيك به قبل أن يرتد إليك طرفه. The one who had some knowledge of the book, he said, I will bring the throne of the Saba, the queen of Saba, before you, even your eyes blink. And we know about some pious people that they have had this, even in our time, they had this ability to move from one place to another place. But maybe also Imam is going to help them. In any case, we understand that they can very quickly join Imam and be with Imam despite being in far and remote places.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد